and welcome back to Single Sounds. I am Katie Mack, the host and creator of this delightful dating podcast. Usually I interview singles of London and the listeners can decide if they would like to date them. But for the month of December, I am doing a how-to series where I speak with various dating experts to help you with your 2024 dating goals. This week, I have a very special guest who was crowned the most swiped right man on Tinder, and that is Stefan Pierre Tomlin, aka Mr. Tinder. And in this episode, we are going to help you set up the best dating app profile, guaranteed to get you more matches. It was so interesting for me to hear a man's perspective on this topic. I actually learned a lot, and it will definitely change my perception on dating app interactions if and when I do decide it's time for me to fire them back up sometime in 2024. I even got Stefan to review my own Hinge profile as well, so you can enjoy listening to that later in the episode. And that will probably be particularly enjoyable for those of you who have asked me to review your own profile, as he does give me some constructive criticism and makes changes that I will be implementing. We're going to talk about dating app profiles today because who better than the literal most swiped right man on Tinder, crowned. That's pretty impressive.
I know. It's been, 6 years now?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
But it's
the
still
way
a
time
title.
Flies. Mental. Yeah.
Yeah. 6 years of being, regarded
Was
as
it
that
6
person.
years?
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah, but do you know what? I actually found out back in 2016.
Oh, right.
I know. And, done quite a lot of dating shows as well. I feel like I've been in some sort of time capsule. I don't even know. It's good. It's good. I like helping people.
How did they actually approach you about that award? Did they say
So the accolades. So I was in Ireland at the time, and I got an email from Tinder saying you're one of Tinder's most fancied people, and I was like, this is some sort of joke.
Yeah, I would have thought it was a scam.
It was some sort of phishing email.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? And phishing wasn't even a thing at that time. But then I sort of replied. Then we organised this. It wasn't Zoom at the time. I think it was Skype.
Okay.
Had a Skype sort of interview, and then I saw the Tinder plaque in the back, and I was like, oh shit, this is real. I was like, hey Stefan. I was all American. I was like, this is definitely real.
Oh wow.
And then I agreed to it. Done all this sort of signing everything off to say I'm not going to tell anyone at the time and stuff. They flew me back to London. Done a massive shoot with Daily Mail, Cosmopolitan Mag. And then when I got back to London in January, I remember my phone being on half when I went to bed. I woke up and my phone was dead. I was like, this is weird. I think I need a new phone. But as I turned it on, it was viral.
Oh my God.
Worldwide viral. I had about 1,000 messages from friends, and it was just, insane.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was just mad. The rest is history.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, so it kind of stemmed from literally just them using their data and just picking the people that clearly get swiped on the most.
Well, no. So to be fair, I'm really fussy. So it was more the statistics are how many people swipe me, by the way. Yeah. So
as in they're swiping right on you.
Yeah, but
not
I feel,
you. Yeah.
I feel because I've done so much TV shows and I model all across the country, and I go into really small towns and stuff that normal people probably won't go to. I think because I was recognisable, I had more of an advantage of being swiped. That's my theory anyway.
Yeah, okay, I see. Yeah. And if you're travelling to those places where there's less people,
yeah.
there's less people on that app to swipe with anyway.
And I'm recognisable. Do you know?
Yeah.
It's I was one of those faces where you might have recognised me, but you wouldn't know my name. I was in that. I was sort of on the fence. Yeah.
Also, I guess, because you've got these shoots and stuff, your photos are all going to be really high quality.
Yes, that's it. So obviously my hobby was flying planes.
Yeah.
I was an air cadet younger, and then I got a scholarship from the RAF, was in the voluntary RAF squadron. And so I had lots of flying pictures, which I think most people
that's going to do
pilots.
quite well.
And obviously I had high-res professional photos. But also I did mix it up with real ones as well.
Yeah.
There was a real mix of photos. You don't want
it too polished.
And I'm quite funny, so I had funny
good prompts.
Funny bio.
Yeah, we'll get into this because I think these what you should put on and not put on is it's I think it's an easy game to play if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's what we need to tell everyone today, how to get those matches.
No problem at all.
Because I did do a poll of my audience of what they want to ask, and
did you get some questions?
Yeah, only from men, which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, it's quite weird because all the latest everything, all the projects that I'm doing at the minute are probably targeted more at men, to be honest. Yeah.
And all men basically saying like, how do I get more matches?
Yeah.
Which I think is a really common problem.
Because girls, they have an advantage. They're like, match. And men are like, do you know what? Men get so bored, they just do that. And then like girls get all like sophisticated and like particular. But we can help that.
I think we can.
Yeah.
So let's start at the beginning. So we're going to take people on a journey.
Okay.
What apps did you use the most and what would you recommend?
Yeah, to be, I'm not paid by Tinder or anything, but I still think it's the best one.
Really?
Just because 80% of the world has Tinder or had it. It's worldwide. You know, forget Raya, forget Hinge, because they're just like people trying to be posh and find better people. It doesn't work. Tinder's like more like the general person goes on that or has had it. But I think it's got a bit of a bad name now, so I'm sort of trying to change that. But they don't pay me at the same time, so I'm like.
Their new marketing campaigns are all about finding a long-term partner, which I think is really interesting.
But I'm really surprised that they didn't use me. Do you know what I mean? I'm seeing it on the tubes and stuff. I'm like, hello, use me, give me some mullah.
Yeah. Should have been a showcase.
I know.
Yeah, that's interesting because I don't use Tinder personally.
Right. Why is that?
Because I think it's just a hookup app.
That's what I'm saying, you see? You're giving it a bad impression. It actually is. I can teach you why it is the best one in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And also Raya, just don't get Raya. I know, I've met the guys that own Raya and stuff and the people that use it. People go on it to find celebrities. I'm like, there's no celebrities on it. So like, who are the celebrities?
I also think if celebrities want to date other celebrities, they'll just do that through their network. Like, they don't need an app.
Like, they won't let me on Raya.
Oh,
like,
really?
how does that make sense? Like, but anyway, we won't get into that, but yeah.
That is a bit odd, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Now let's move into specifics. So we're on Tinder.
Yeah.
What pictures would you recommend to use to stand out?
Yeah, sure. So like we are here with this orange background. That was my profile main picture for a while. It used to pop. You know, you're swiping through and everyone's got like, they're out in like with their horse and you can see the sky, or they're in a club or a bar and it's black. Like, can you imagine swiping and seeing a bright orange background? Like, you're gonna stop and sort of like,
it's good to
let me find out a bit more. Like that split second of an orange background works.
I like that. And also it's not too fussy, but it's like stand out.
No, it's nice. It's a happy color.
Yeah.
And, like, you want to be vibrant. I always say, like, on your dating apps, that should be like a magazine. Like, if you used to open like Vogue or GQ, like, what's gonna get you to turn to the next page? Do you know what I mean? It needs to almost be like a magazine and to captivate people.
Yeah, nice. So then after, let's say they've found the one with the orange background, they're now scrolling down.
Yeah.
What would you expect to see next?
Well, I mean, like, people don't go straight to the bio. They're going to sort of go to the next picture. So I think after having that picture, you don't want any pictures of like your mates in there or your sister or your dog.
Agreed.
Do you know what I mean? Because it then becomes a game of where's Wally. So
yeah. Because some people say like, oh, you want to show you have friends. Like, I don't think
so.
No.
Like,
they're dating me, not my mates.
Who be dating? Your friends or you? Do you know what I mean? That's what it gets into. So I suggest sort of the next sort of picture from that bright one would be you doing a hobby. Not out in a nightclub, like sweating off your tits or whatever. It should be like... Like,
with your sunnies on, clearly on drugs.
Like, you don't want your sunnies on because people won't even know who you are. You know, your eyes tell a story, so you need to show your eyes. But I think for me, obviously I'm into planes, so I was in a plane. Do you know what I mean? And it attracts people that like planes. If you're into horses, you like horse riding, take a picture of you on a horse, get some. So that should be the next picture, and then it's to sort of tell a story really. And if they're interested, they'll keep going. If not, they'll just swipe left, won't they? After those sort of 4 to 5 pictures, you go down to the bio. So the bio should be like funny, short, snappy. Not like, you shouldn't be like writing a book.
Agreed. I find that really off-putting when people write literally like 5-6 lines, and I'm like, I'm not going to read all that. And also if they write out all their hobbies, I just think that makes it look like you have none.
Yeah, exactly. Or like no hookups or no one night stands. Like, why would you write that? Because it actually attracts it. I hope you don't write that.
No, I don't write anything like that.
Good.
No, I agree. Then people are gonna comment on it.
Yeah,
that
like
you
if you
don't
write
want.
no
Probably.
hookups, I'm like, right, you definitely want to hook up. Like, just don't write it. Anyway.
Yeah, maybe write what you're actually looking for. That's more helpful, right?
Yeah. Not like no hookups or no
what you're
one night
looking for.
stands or because I remember when I was fully on it, I was about 22, 23, and it was like no one under 25. But I'm like, you must have set the age group to under that to even swipe me. Do you know what I mean? So obviously I'm going to swipe you.
Yeah,
just
that's
to
really pointless.
Just to prove a point. I don't know if that's some sort of
Putting your
psychology
age
game,
range.
but yeah.
Yeah, no, that's really dumb.
Weird.
I also think when people absolutely like stack it with, you know, those things you can tick like your religious preference, or your ethnicity preference.
Oh, no,
or like,
no, non-smokers.
Yeah, like drugs.
But like, I've always had social smoking in there, so why are you coming? Should it even come across me?
Yeah. I always think like you don't need to stack them with all of those. Like,
yeah, no.
Because like on Hinge especially, you can like that top line, you can scroll through it for so long. If they put like want kids, don't want kids. I don't think you need all that in your profile. I think it just like clutters it.
I feel like that's why it didn't work for me, because when I used Hinge, I never got any matches, but I just never wrote things like, you know, some people like hobbies, you have to write like a detailed paragraph. I weren't into all that.
Yeah, no,
so it didn't work for me.
I only use Hinge, but I don't write a lot.
You don't?
No, you'll see it in a minute.
You're a girl though. That's
but I get put off when guys write too much. I just think it looks like desperate in a way.
I don't understand. I never got a match on it. I was on it for about a year. Didn't get one match.
Yeah, or maybe
I don't understand how there could be such a contrast between Tinder and Hinge. Like I'd get like the most matches on Tinder and then none on Hinge.
Yeah,
unless they blocked me.
Maybe this is why like those guys that have written in for me to say like, how do I get more matches? Maybe this is it though. They're on.
Maybe
Hinge.
They're on Hinge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you're the same as me.
Because they think that's like for the young professionals, when actually they just need to get on Tinder. and
just get
like
on Tinder.
Get over the stereotype.
I've got some tricks as well, of like how to find your perfect partner in 2 hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, go on. We gotta go for that now. Yeah.
So actually, it works quite well in headhunting as well. If you like. Anyway, we're talking about dating. So
but matching's the same.
Yeah,
matching. There's all the studies are like matching. It doesn't matter what kind of matching you're doing for your job. Like, for your person.
Even if you want to find a best friend, this method works. So what you do is you pay for like Tinder Plus, and it costs, I don't know, less than a tenner a month. Actually, I'm not sure. I haven't been on it for a while, but it could be more. But so the idea is you can move your PIN anywhere in the world, your passport. Yeah. So like, let's say, all right, let me ask you 3 questions. You've got to answer them very specifically. So precisely. Okay. Yeah. So the first one would be, where in the world would your perfect, say, husband lived?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I probably would pick West London.
West London.
Like,
okay.
I want him close.
Close. All right. Sweet. And then what job would he have? Yeah, it gets quite interesting.
He'd be a high value man.
Yeah, but that's not good. It has to be specific.
I know, but I'm thinking like, because I'd also quite like him to be creative. Maybe like a film producer?
Film producer,
director,
perfect.
Something like that.
Director. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
And what age would he be? Like, you can say like
30.
Between...
I'm quite that was quick.
Wow, bloody hell. So let's say like 28.
29, yeah, 29.
29 to like 39, yeah?
Yeah, okay, 27, 30,
right, cool. So 33. This is how you would do it. So I'm trying to think. Oh, BBH, you know BBH, like advertising. Oh, Saatchi, you know Saatchi?
Yeah, Saatchi.
Yeah. So what you do, you find Saatchi head office. So Tinder Plus, you move your passport into Saatchi head office, yeah? You set your proximity to 1 kilometre, and then you write something about sort of like, producer, film industry world in your bio. And you could have some podcast pictures and stuff to match that up, and videos. And then that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's simple, really. That's it. So 2 hours after. Oh yeah, so, basically 2 hours after.
And then I guess you could just keep moving to different. Like I could then
move it to like another agency.
Yeah, like
if Saatchi don't quite work for you, move it to another one. BBH,
or like a filming, like
Sony Pictures.
Yeah, a studio. That's what I was thinking.
Brothers, Warner Brothers. Leave it there for like 5 hours, and then another 5 hours, and then probably after a day, you'd definitely meet a film producer.
So on Hinge, that feature's free.
Oh, is it?
Well, yeah.
Oh.
To just drop your location anywhere. Because that was why I used it in traveling, because it's a really good one.
Yeah, you can meet friends before you get there. But can you set the proximity?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. So it works. Yeah, that works well. Yeah, so good
Do
luck.
it.
You'll find yourself a film producer.
film director. Or it might be at Soho House. That's another good option.
I don't think many of them go there anymore, do they?
I mean, when I go, they're always like on the who's here app.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's a who's here thing as well.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so invasive.
Literally, like you can toggle it on and off if you don't want people to know you're at Soho House.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy. I didn't even know that. That just sounds like Happen.
It is a bit like Happen.
Someone
and you can then message them to say that, oh, I'm also here.
But you know it's really weird? Like I see the same people like in a routine. So like for instance, I went to my PR agency today, and there was the same car that was in the same spot, which is the same car as mine. So I always parked next to it. And then I was sort of in the back getting my bags out to bring in. And then she came and I was like, why are you parked next to me in the same car? But it happened before as well.
That'd be a good
So
cue,
yeah.
Like,
So
you could work.
Yeah, no, it works.
I always like to encourage people that you can like meet someone anywhere. Like said, you literally could meet someone by parking next to them.
Oh yeah.
Like,
it's a bit stalkerish.
Or like at your gym.
I didn't do it to meet her. I just done it because her car was as cool as mine.
Yeah. But then you instantly have something in common. I don't know. I think it could work.
Yeah, she had the same trainers as me as well.
Yeah.
That's quite similar, I suppose.
Okay, let's move on to prompts.
Yeah.
Like what the do's and don'ts of prompts.
So yeah, I don't think you should sort of make rules when you're sort of browsing. Like for me, that doesn't work. It's like, oh, don't. I don't know. Yeah, I come across them sometimes. I'm like, I'll swipe left. Like, do you know what I mean? I just feel like you should leave things for conversations as well.
Yeah.
I don't think you should put too much in that bio. All you want to do, it takes 0.5 of a second to see if you're attracted to that person. If you are, read a little bit of bio about them, and then if you match, that's it. And the rest is for a conversation. That
was one of my other questions, actually. It's like, okay, so I think, for me personally, if someone's liked me on the app, it's really important to me what they say first. Like, if they're just going to say, hey, I'm not going to reply.
No.
Like, I'm just not. And also, if they just like a photo, I'm also going to wait until they then send something again.
See, that's the thing. See, hey... Oh, I can't remember. You know, like sometimes it has these prompts like "hey's for horses," whatever. So that actually stops people from saying "hey." But do you know what? Like for a guy, saying "hey" is quite a big thing.
I know,
because normally you just don't say anything and you wait for them to write to you. Yeah, so for a guy to say hey to you, that's quite a big thing for a guy.
This is the thing, I think.
But
maybe
you probably get so many heys.
Yeah, it's boring. But then if literally all it takes is for a guy to write like, as my job, it says like podcast host, just to say like,
can I come on your podcast?
No, what's the podcast? That's it. That's the most basic question because I don't say what it is and they don't have my full name so they can't Google. But I'm way more likely to reply to that than hey.
Yeah, but also, you know, they might listen to your podcast. You get an extra listener.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just promote it as anything. But that's what I mean.
Why don't you just put the name of the podcast on the bio anyway? Because people that won't even match you might listen to it.
So. True. I probably should. Yeah, I should definitely put it as one of the prompts, like one of the things. Like, if you don't want to date me, it's fine, but at least listen to the podcast. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. Yeah. I'll take that tip.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I think maybe then this is a bigger conversation that women like myself need to maybe take the initiative a bit more with the messaging because maybe guys are like afraid, like you said, if saying hey is a big deal.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Why do you think it is?
Just because I feel like guys want the same thing. It's like Bumble, the whole world of Bumble. Guys want to be attracted and approached by women.
You reckon?
Yeah. So for a guy to say hey, like. I remember when I used to do it, like, hey was a big thing. Like, I was like, why is no one replying to me? But now it makes sense.
Yeah.
But hey was a big thing. Like, you don't just say hey to every match. It was like, if you really like him, you might say hey, wait for a reply. Then you get aired. Then you're like, right.
That's interesting. So you think guys, saying hey is like the highest level?
Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
I'm not on them anymore. You're not on them, but hey was a big thing, right?
Would you just send hey?
Well, like, if there was nothing in the bio to go by,
then
you
just say like, hey, how are you?
Because like, what else? How else you meant to start it? Like,
Yeah.
If there's nothing in the bio.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Wow, I'm learning so much about the male mind.
Hey. But also, if there's nothing in the bio, that got a bit edgy.
Yeah,
you're like, hold on, is that really you? Yeah. You got like all these airbrushed pictures and stuff. Like, this is a bit.
Yeah, too perfect.
I was like, if you ain't got a bio, then you're probably not real.
Another big red flag for me is if they're all selfies.
Oh yeah.
I think I have one selfie on there.
But some people actually don't have anyone to take a photo of them.
I just think that's rubbish. Like your mum, do you know what I mean? Like a parent, a guardian, some family member.
Dog.
Get a fucking tripod. Come on. You've literally got no one.
That's fair
Your
enough.
excuse is none. Get a tripod.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's true.
I also just think I've had a few guys say to me like, I'm too embarrassed when I'm out with my friends to be like, can you take a picture of me?
That's ridiculous. They just don't go out with their mates.
I think you need better friends.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
You should even ask your friend to take a photo. They should just capture you in your happiest moment when you're out anyway.
Yeah, good friends will.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I also think it's not embarrassing, and you can say like what it's for. It's like, look, I'm trying to get a date. Like, I don't think that's embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm trying to get one.
My profile looks shit. I need some better photos.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. So, I mean, I do quite a lot of love coaching at the moment as well. So, but I've got, you know what? Funny enough, I've got that exact problem with one of my clients at the minute. He doesn't know what angles to take photos with. He's got his brother that visits him like once or twice a month. He's like texting these girls which aren't really giving him much attention. Well, I think it's due to his pictures, but he has no one to take his picture. He lives in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And he actually
needs a tripod.
Yeah, he's got a tripod, but the angles are just not right. So I physically want to get a flight there and do it for him.
It actually sounds like he needs to pay you just to fly over to take some photos.
Yeah, literally.
But he doesn't have like any local like bar that he could just like even ask the staff.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just some people just not photogenic. Like I feel like when I'm speaking to him on Zoom, like you can see his energy come. But when you look at a photo, it's just like he just doesn't understand how to be himself in the photo, which is why I'm trying to mentor him through. Which is it's quite challenging actually.
Yeah, it's hard.
So I didn't really. I've always been a natural at it, but some people actually do struggle. But I feel like, it's just about getting the right angles as well.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is. Yeah. And it's like, getting your foot in the door half the time with the apps. Like, if they like your profile and they get to know you, I think afterwards, like, roughly what you look like isn't as important. It's literally getting that conversation started, getting that date.
So one of my tips, which I always say to anyone, whether I'm doing a radio, writing an article, whatever, I always write probably 2 or 3 sentences on the dating app, and I try and get them off the dating app as quick as possible as well. So get them onto WhatsApp or whatever. And
that was my next question actually. So you've led on like really nicely to that. Like I also got that people said they struggle from the apps to get to those real life meetups. Yeah. So is that your number one advice?
So like, my process is like 2 or 3 sentences. Tell them you don't really use dating apps. And
classic line.
Don't really use dating apps. What's your WhatsApp? If they give it to you, they're interested, right? And then what you do for another few conversations, sentences, paragraphs, whatever you write. And then you want to do a video sort of call, just for like safety as well. Before you meet anyone, you want to sort of video call and make sure that it is who they say they are. And you also can judge a pretty good sort of their character. You can judge their character quite well.
That's what my whole podcast is based off, because mine's obviously audio interviews with my singles. And it's because I know that you can get such a good feel from someone just from hearing their voice and how they tell a story. And if they can't talk to you on the phone, like, you don't really want to meet up with them in person.
Of course
they're not going to have anything else to say.
That's why I get asked quite a lot. Can you tell me like your worst dates or whatever? I'm like, I never had any, because I always video called. I was always that guy, like, what are you doing? and then it would be like a week, and they're like, why have you not answered this call yet? It's weird. Like, I'm too busy. There must have been like a 5-minute chance where you could have video called me back.
Oh yeah,
like,
everyone has time.
If you can't do that after a week, then see you later.
Yeah, a whole week.
Something's wrong with you.
You're not real, or you're just like you said, like, you're not that interested. I think it's a really good line of like, okay, if someone's not going to call me back, are they actually going to come on the date?
No, it's not that. It's like they button bash like all day long, but as soon as you call them or try to video call them, they're like, they don't exist, which I find really, really peculiar and weird.
To me, that shows that that's not someone who'd want to meet up with you in person anyway, or anyone you'd want to date. Yeah, like if you've got that awkwardness of not even being able to speak on the phone, can you imagine what it's like in real life? Yeah, mental. I once had that. I felt like really short on this. It was pre-COVID, like just before, and I was dating a guy. I saw him for like 3 dates.
Where did you meet him?
On Bumble.
On Bumble?
I'm going to say Bumble.
You've got so many apps, you don't remember which one.
I always had Hinge and Bumble, and I alternated between the two.
Yeah, okay.
I only have one downloaded at a time. I'm quite strict on that.
Oh, that's cool. That's good.
Otherwise, they're just such a time suck, I think. Yeah. And you see the same people, and then it's just embarrassing on different platforms. And I don't like that.
No. You didn't get you on Hinge, but now I'm going to get you on Bumble.
I genuinely know people that have matched that way. They've matched on one, and it fizzled, and then they matched on the other, and then they actually went on a date.
Actually, that makes sense. I think that's happened before. Like, I remember matching someone, Then they've unmatched me. I've matched them again.
No.
And then I'm talking to them like that never even happened. It's so weird. Yeah.
Anyway, this guy.
That was a long time ago.
COVID hit, and obviously then, you know, like everyone went into lockdown.
Yeah.
And I said, we can still have a phone call though. This is like really early, like week 1 or 2, when everyone thought it was only going to last for like a month.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I was like, oh, we can just have a phone call though. Like, that's still nice.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I don't do phone calls.
What?
And I knew this obviously like a real person.
Yeah.
So I was like, what?
Right.
Like, what do you mean? And I also knew that he was like a programmer. So I was like, you might not speak at work a lot on the phone, but you have to at some point for like team meetings.
Yeah.
So I was like, what do you do at work? And he's like, oh, that's different. He was like, yeah, I don't even call my own like family. He was like, I wouldn't call my mum. And I was like,
but why would you want to be with someone like that?
that's the thing.
It's like, oh, how you doing, Tom? Oh, yeah. I don't want to talk to you on the phone
So
today.
stupidly, I
That's so
managed
weird.
to persuade him to have a phone call with me.
Oh, wow.
It lasted 45 minutes,
Oh,
which
nice.
is quite long.
That's quite long.
He told me
What?
he needed to go. He was hungry, like, and I was like, "Oh, have you not had dinner?" This is like 9:45
Yeah.
p.m.
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, I
You
just want
sound
to go
like
get a
he's on Big
snack."
Brother then. It's 9:45 p.m. And
Well, that's what I was
he
like.
needs to go for dinner.
I was like, "Have you not had dinner? It's so late." He was like, "No, I want to go get a snack." So I was thinking like he was just
Snack
gonna
at
go
9:45.
like go put the phone down, like go get a snack or whatever, or like call me back.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, so that like bye. And I was like, okay. And we mutually ghosted each other. No one spoke because I was like, literally, I was like,
That is so
you
weird.
hung up on me for a fucking snack.
so weird,
like basically,
man.
just probably was so uncomfortable on the phone call, and like I've never
Yeah.
spoken to the guy since.
Oh wow, don't blame you.
To
Was
be
he even
like-
good looking? What attracted you to someone like
Yeah,
that?
I know his profile was good.
Because he's a programmer.
I like swimming, and he had like a picture of him in the pool. I remember that.
Nice.
And I
Yeah,
was
there
like,
you go. See,
Yeah.
that's why it
That's
works.
right, yeah.
Your hobbies and that.
That's
yeah.
the only bit I can remember.
See what I mean? That really works.
Yeah, it
it's
really
good.
works.
Yeah. So like, always put your hobbies in your pics.
Yeah.
Probably like the second one, by the way.
Yeah. I reckon second's good.
Yeah. If you're into shoes, put some shoes. And you wearing shoes? Yeah, that sounds a
How
bit
would
weird,
you
doesn't
do
it?
that?
That sounds
It's
a bit
true.
odd. No.
There's some hobbies
that
that you'd
attracts
really
a certain
struggle.
type of person. So you need
You
to
could
be careful.
definitely get in that you like fashion though.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
just
Yeah.
in a nice outfit, like
Yeah.
in front of a good store maybe. That's quite a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, off we go. I'm gonna
Off
get
we
you to
go.
review my Hinge.
Yeah. Let's go.
I want you to
I'm gonna
really,
get you to
really
download
brutal.
Tinder.
It's paused, so it's currently
I
want
want to see your pickies.
Yeah, go on.
Cool. That's cute.
It's a bit like what you said with
That's
the orange.
cute. Yeah. I like it, but I don't know about the guy behind you.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure about
I
it. It's
could- I
like,
could,
is that a
crop him out.
colleague? Is that a friend?
It's actually a friend's boyfriend.
Oh my gosh, even
Yeah.
worse. See what I mean? You need to get rid. You need to use AI and get rid of that.
Yeah, I could use-
I like you. Look cute though. I mean,
I thought the colours stand out, which is
it's
kind of
nice.
similar to what you're saying.
you've got the popping blue background. You know, you've got a lovely smile, showing your nice teeth and everything. That's cool.
Yeah, Shona got teeth. It's
Yeah,
good.
you got teeth. That's a good start, isn't
Good
it?
start.
So it goes, what is my podcast about? Try to guess this about me. So it says you're 27 years old, you're 5'7", you're from West Kent, you're a podcast host, you went to uni in Nottingham. Or Shottingham.
Yeah, lots of
You're in
people do
London.
reply to that. I would say like put your uni in there. 'Cause
Yeah,
some people
uni's
say
good. It
like,
shows you're educated.
and also they're like, oh, I went there too, or
Oh,
like,
yeah.
or I went next door at Loughborough, or like something like that. People do reply to that.
And yeah, it's funny you say that because you do know Hinge sort of like matches you up before. How does it work? Hold on.
It's
I've got
your-
the actual formula. So what it does is it matches you with friends.
Yeah,
That's how it works.
yeah.
But also it matches you. So
That's why it's called Hinge, because it hinges off your connections.
Oh, ding! Light bulb
Hey.
moment. Cool. Now, I like your pictures as well. You got like you got sunglasses on this one, but
Oh,
it's
it's
allowed
true.
because you're in the
It's
pool.
true.
But you're in the pool, so
But
it's fine.
I correct it later.
I must
no, I
say,
feel like I have two with sunglasses.
You've got a
on
lot
now.
of like rainbowy effects there. So the first one
I
you've
do
got
like-
sort of
I like a lot of
you know,
colours.
like this one you're wearing like a rainbow
Suit.
swimsuit
Yeah.
on a unicorn.
Is it too much rainbow?
It's rainbow. You look a bit.
I feel like
you
it's
look a
gonna be-
bit too happy in this picture. To be honest, I really like this picture. This is cute.
Do you like the
Yeah,
prompt?
you like this cheetah sort of.
Yeah, leopard print.
Leopard.
I
Is that
also
leopard?
do.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. It's the
Yeah, I
same.
really love it though. Yeah, this is
Okay,
a cool
we'll keep-
outfit.
yeah, we'll keep that one
This
then.
picture would like. It's quite hard actually. I would probably switch that to that one.
Oh, the top one.
Yeah, I would. Your best side. I would move that one to the first one.
Oh, cool. Okay, good. That's good
Oh, that's
advice.
cute actually. Actually, this one.
This one.
Yeah.
This is like my clear shot of like.
Yeah,
this is what I,
I
look
would
like.
use this one. This is like really like just cool.
Natural.
Yeah, natural.
But that is a selfie.
Lovely hair. It doesn't matter. That
It doesn't kind of work.
It doesn't look like a selfie. You could
Not
have just
too
put your
much.
phone like there
I mean, that's what I did.
Yeah, check on the picture.
It's on timer.
That
To the
one
top.
should be at the top,
Interesting.
and then that one would be second for sure.
Okay.
And then you've got ski. See, you love rainbows. This
Yeah,
is like
that's
a
an
rainbow.
ABBA outfit though, so I feel like maybe that can be my only rainbow. I've got a lot of rainbow. You're right.
Yeah, this shows
But I
that
do
you're
like wearing
quite
colour, so I feel
adventurous.
like that is true. To
Yeah,
me.
cool.
I got the
I'm
travelling
not sure
ones
about
in.
this one.
Yeah, put that one out.
You're wearing glasses again, and it looks very tropical. I'm not sure the
It's
temperature.
in Canada. It's cold.
It's cold. All right, cool. It's weird because it looks tropical, but you're wearing a really thick
It's just a
jumper.
sunny
There's
day.
the picture just like
That's,
doesn't work.
the
I don't
water's
know.
that colour because
Yeah.
it's glacier water. So
Oh my
it's
gosh,
so
it's
cold.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Oh, it's cold.
Yeah, it's
See,
freezing.
normal
It's like-
people would think that's warm, like me.
Good to know.
Yeah, so now
Maybe that's a nice filter of like, do you have a geography degree? Yes or no?
Yeah. Actually, I went GCSE. I think I got like a B. So yeah, that's as far as I go with that. But yeah, you've got like a real contrast of pictures. I like it. That one is definitely a pro. That's your
That's
main
the top one. Okay.
Yeah.
It did used to be my
But
top one. I
where-
swapped it out.
Where do I read your bio? So I'm just not with him.
So you don't. You read like
just
the
got
little
used
prompty
to- yeah.
things instead.
If you've got this far, you should probably just message.
So it's, I'm convinced that
Oh,
because that's
cool.
at the end. So I'm like, if you've got that far,
Yeah.
just message.
Drink pints with a straw.
Yeah, believe it or not,
Yeah, that's
Bit
good.
weird.
That's why you got good teeth.
it is.
Yeah, I do
It's
that.
very important to me.
If I've just had my teeth whitened, I do everything for a straw. So yeah,
It's
that's
really
good.
important to me.
I like it. I like
Yeah?
it. Yeah, to be honest, I like that picture.
I like the reshuffle though. I will show the audience what you've done there.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
they
yeah.
can't see, but
Yeah, sure. I do like this picture, but I'm just not sure about him in the back in there.
yeah, it's really
Yeah,
interesting.
because some people might be thinking they're dating him, or you're dating him, or you use your
Yeah.
ex, or
Yeah.
it just makes things confusing.
I do agree when I see a girl on a guy's profile.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm
is that
always
your
like,
sister?
is that his sister or is
your
that your
best
ex?
friend? Like
Yeah.
what?
And I hate like
Yeah.
if you do this, you can't do it. It's so obvious if you've cropped someone out of a photo.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
do
yeah.
not do that.
Don't
Just
do
get
it.
a new photo.
Just get AI and remove them.
Yeah, it's true. Now
Don't do it,
there's
airbrush,
so many
man.
apps that do that
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
which
just-
is what I'll do with that. I'll
Yeah.
just take him out.
No, pretty good
Awesome.
profile to be honest. I
Thank
like
you.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
but I still think you should
But
get.
yeah,
Tinder.
I'll now get Tinder and then we'll do a bio.
What's your
review.
Bumble look like? Have you got
I don't have
that?
Bumble, no.
Oh,
Said
no.
I only have one at a time.
Oh yeah, good.
One
I
at
was
a
just
time.
testing. I was just testing. No, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
no, sadly,
Yeah.
I don't have a bio for you to review. But mine was normally really short and snappy. It was normally like where I'd want you to take me on a date. So
Oh,
really
nice.
like
Where do you like to be taken on a date? Because I normally take people where I like to go, but I don't necessarily
Yeah.
think they like them.
What do
It
you
must
do?
work. Who me? I just like I'm quite adventurous, so I'm like, let's go kart. But it will always
Okay.
end up with drinks. Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
I do will always end up with drinks. I don't think having a first date without drinks works for me.
No, not me.
I like it.
I
I,
wouldn't
like
do
that
it.
sort of like silly feeling.
Lots
you
of
know,
people are like, oh, I really like a coffee date and a walk. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, I like the vibes of drinks. And I
Yeah.
feel like that goes with my personality.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if you're not going to want to come for drinks with me on a first date,
Yeah.
we're probably not going to get on.
Nah, exactly. Yeah, I'm a bit like that too.
Yeah, I'm not really a walk and coffee. I don't even like fucking coffee, so why would I do that?
Are you-
I'd have to
and-
get a hot chocolate, and that's embarrassing.
Or chocolate mocha.
Yeah. I don't want to order that in front of you.
Marshmallows on.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, am I 5? No.
No, that's cool. I like hot chocolate.
I like
too.
to play. So there's a bar in Clerkenwell called Cafe Kick where they do the table football,
Oh, okay.
and they have a really good happy hour. It's
Oh,
like,
nice.
it's like-
Cocktails, yeah.
Yeah, and,
Cocktails
and
get
like,
you smashed.
They do like they
Wow.
also do it on beer and like spirits of a mixer as well. So there's like
Yeah,
a variety.
of stuff. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, it's just fun. You've
but-
got good atmosphere.
Yeah,
good,
but
good
the game
ambience.
like it's £1 to play the table football, so it's not like
Yeah.
you're spending like
Arm and a
so much
leg.
money
Yeah,
on
yeah,
like
yeah.
activities.
Yeah.
But it's something to do. I'm also it happens very good at table football, which
Oh,
is
is
why
it? Oh,
that used to be
yeah.
one of my other prompts.
Oh,
It's like
no.
I bet you can't beat me at table
Oh
football,
no.
and that used to get a lot
I'll
of
give you a
replies.
game. I'll give you
Yeah,
a game.
would you give me a game?
I'll give you a game. Yeah. I need a bit of I've got one in the office actually. Let me give practice for
I have
a
strict
couple
rules though,
weeks and
like
I'll come back
no
to you.
spinning. That's not allowed.
No spin. That's the
No.
best part.
I know, I get that all
It's
the
just about to
time
go in the goal.
from guys like, no, then I can't play. It's like, well,
What?
you can't play then.
No, that's not fair.
That's not skill.
No, that's not.
That's
That is skill.
It's just
I've seen
strength.
footballers do like backflips and stuff and get the ball in. That's,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
allowed.
sure.
Yeah.
This is a good question. What
Yeah.
is the biggest misconception about what makes a good profile?
Oh.
That's quite hard. I
Yeah.
thought.
So like we touched base with this earlier actually, because it's like no bio, but their photo was fire. So you're like, but I've got this. Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but when I travel, especially when I was in Turkey, a lot of people that shouldn't be using the app are on it to promote things that they shouldn't be doing.
Oh,
So
like
I've so like
OnlyFans.
Yeah, stuff like that, for instance. So, like, you know, like, you'd have a fire girl, you know, like, all the pictures are 10 out of 10. There's no bio. So you're like, is it a 10 out of 10 or is it not that person? So that's the misconception that I would come across. I think quite a lot of men suffer from that problem as well. So there's a fine line between are they real and are they not real?
Yeah, okay. So if you are real
that's
and you want
why
to stand out, write a decent bio.
Decent bio, having these natural pictures as well as the sort of airbrushed ones. Do well. You need
ones that are clearly
mix.
taken by other people.
Yeah. You need to have a mix of pictures, not just all like modeling. Like, it needs to be like real ones, like yours, like selfie,
clearly
like
just
real
taken on an
natural
iPhone.
picture of you. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is from a guy.
Yeah.
So this is a guy clearly saying, hey, and it's not working because he says, what opening lines should I use to actually get responses?
So you could be like, you can sort of respond to what they've written in their respond to one of their pictures. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, if they're all their pictures is like modeling and they look fake, I've got nothing to talk to them about. Yeah. But if there's like one of like them like doing something cool, like, I don't know, flying or riding a horse, I can talk to them about that. Like, oh, how often do you horse ride then? That's cool. Or like they might have a Ferrari of like, oh, have you got a Ferrari? Can you come pick me up?
Nice.
Or, do you know what I mean? Or they're on holiday. I'm like, oh, what's your favourite holiday destination? I love travelling.
Yeah, it's a good one. Like, travelling is quite an easy one to say, like, oh, where are you going next?
Just like, oh, like, your pictures look fire. Like, where's your favourite place? Like, where did you take that picture? Yeah. Do you know, then real life questions normally work instead of you, like, forcing it. Yeah. Like, if you're actually interested in their pictures, then you can write about it. But if you're not, then they're probably not the right person for you. Yeah. That's how I see it. Nice.
Okay, final one. Yeah. Also from a guy. If a guy who is curvaceous barely gets any matches, what does he need to do to stand out?
Yeah, so like we spoke before, so like make sure your pictures are nice and clear of yourself. It's nice to have something bright in the background, make it pop. Put a hobby in there, not you on a night out, less glasses, no dog or animal pictures. Yeah. Try and write a joke in your bio.
No dog pictures.
Try and using things like Tinder Plus, move yourself around to like hobbies that you're interested in, so you can actually move your passport into places and specifically find people that you want to meet.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
because I think he's specifically going on the curvaceous thing, so that makes me think that he's maybe a bit self-conscious about putting his whole body.
Yeah, but to be honest,
but I think it's quite crucial because I think
you don't
want to lie. Like,
people need to see.
People need to see like your whole. Yeah. Because we haven't touched on that actually. Like, I think a full. What's it called? Like a full.
That's why I liked one of your pictures, the one where you was wearing leopard print. Yeah. And, you know, that full one looks good because you can see someone clearly of, like, how they are.
Yeah, I think you need a full... what's it called? When it's like...
Full length.
Full length.
Yeah, full length,
Thank you, gosh.
But also, there's certain times you can go on dating apps. So if you think about it logically, like, if you go on it at, like, 5... in a day, you're probably not going to get that many people seeing because people are just finishing work, plus they don't want to be on dating apps when they're leaving their desk, you know what I mean? So if you go on it at like 9 p.m, 9 to sort of 10:30, when people are getting into bed, you know, they're a bit bored, they're like, oh, let me have a little browse. That's the peak hour. Nice. Sort of like 9 to 11:30.
And I guess that's when you're probably more likely to be on it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And then on a Sunday at like 2 p.m. and everyone's hungover from Saturday night. Do you know what I mean? You're sitting in bed, you're like, oh, you want a little cuddle or whatever. Then you go on it at like 2 on a Sunday. So they're the peak hours. So yeah, take advantage of the peak hours.
And that's maybe a good one for the message as well. Like maybe if you've seen someone that you like
how was your night out last night?
Yeah,
have a bit of a joke.
Yeah, don't fire that message off at like 5 p.m, 6 p.m. Wait. Yeah. Like.
Yeah, there's certain times you can fire it off because you're like, what would that person be doing? And if you fire it, it comes across weird. Like, why is that person messaging me at 2 p.m. in the day? They working. Do you know what I mean?
You're right. It's the same if I got one at like 9 a.m, 10 a.m. in the morning. I'd be like, do you not have a
10 a.m.
job?
You're a bit keen,
yeah.
See you later.
You woke up and chosen
got horns, bro.
this. Yeah.
Cool.
That's cool. Okay. Yeah. Let us know where everyone can find you. Like, if they maybe want to be coached by you.
Yeah, sure.
For some love.
Yeah, sure.
Action.
So you can follow what I'm doing. I've got a book coming. I've got a new Netflix series coming. Ooh. You can follow my movements on It's Stefan with an F on Instagram. Yeah.
It will be in the show notes as well. Yeah. All this.
Yeah, if you need love coaching, you can go on celebritylovecoach.co.uk. Is it co.uk? Yeah, it's just co.uk. And then, you can pay £45 a month and you can get one-on-one sessions with me for 30 minutes. And also I'll go through your bios and help you with confident boost and how to talk. And I've got an app coming out soon as well.
Oh, sick.
So yeah, anyway, just follow the Instagram
Yeah,
really.
and then
It's
you'll
all
get
there.
updates.
Yeah, updates today. Yeah.
Cool. That sounds awesome. Well,
Cool.
thanks so much for coming
No worries,
on and
man.
helping the singles of London.
Big
Because
love.
we need help.
Yeah. Cool.
Awesome. As previously mentioned, you can find all things Stefan in the show notes, and you can keep up to date with the podcast on Instagram at Single Sounds, and that is where I'll be showing you the pictures and the corrections that Stefan made to my Hinge profile as well. Feel free to DM me about your dating app profiles if you'd like a second opinion. I'm more than happy to help with photo order or photo choice and prompt or bio ideas, depending on which app you'd rather use. So just let me know. Just slide into the DMs. But I will warn you, I can be brutally honest. So if that's what you want, I'm your gal. I'll throw in a cheeky request to follow, rate and review wherever you listen to this podcast. Every little helps. And thanks so much for listening. I'll see you back here next Tuesday for a magical episode. And that's your only spoiler. Have a great week. Bye.